The air in Indianapolis was electric tonight. The city pulsed with excitement, every street corner buzzing with talk of the finals. Fans from all over Indiana and beyond had flocked to the heart of downtown, their hopes and dreams riding on the outcome of Game 2. Gainbridge Fieldhouse buzzed with anticipation for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The arena was a sea of gold and blue with banners waving and the sound of sneakers squeaking on the hardwood echoing through the rafters. Every seat was filled, every fan on edge, waiting for the opening tip. The Pacers, fresh off a Game 1 win, faced immense pressure to defend their home court. They knew the importance of momentum in a series like this, and the weight of expectation was heavy on their shoulders. Each player locked in, determined to give their city something to cheer about. Fans in gold and blue roared, believing their team could seize a 2-0 series lead. The energy was contagious. Chants echoed, flags waved, and every basket in warm-ups drew thunderous applause. For these fans, this wasn't just a game, it was a chance to witness history. Tyrese Haliburton led the Pacers with quiet confidence, ready for the challenge. His leadership had been crucial all season, and tonight, his calm demeanor set the tone for his teammates. As he took the court, you could sense he was prepared for the moment, ready to rise to the occasion. But the Oklahoma City Thunder weren't just spectators. They were hungry, talented, and determined not to fall behind. Their young core had battled adversity all year, and now, with the spotlight shining brightest, they were eager to prove they belonged on this stage. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, their superstar, was set to lead the charge. His eyes burned with intensity, knowing his team needed him to deliver. Every dribble, every glance at his teammates spoke volumes about his determination to even the series. The stakes couldn't be higher. Every pass, shot, and rebound mattered. Both teams played with a sense of urgency, knowing that a single mistake could swing the momentum. The physicality was relentless, and the pace was blistering from the opening tip. The lights were brighter, the tension thicker, and the cheers louder than ever. Every possession felt like it could decide the fate of the series, and the crowd responded with deafening support, willing their team to victory. Two elite teams, one championship dream. The tip-off was more than just the start of a game, it was the beginning of a battle for legacy, pride, and a place in NBA history. The Pacers wanted to prove Game 1 was no fluke. They played with unity, feeding off each other's energy, determined to show the world they were true contenders. The Thunder needed to respond or risk a daunting deficit. Their coaches urged them to stay focused, reminding them that every possession was a chance to shift the momentum back in their favor. This was the NBA Finals, where legends are made. The echoes of past champions seemed to linger in the air, inspiring both teams to reach for greatness. The crowd's energy was palpable, fueling every play. Each run, each defensive stop, sent waves of emotion through the stands, making the atmosphere unforgettable. Could Indiana take control, or would OKC even the series? The scoreboard told the story of a battle with no clear favorite, every point hard-earned and fiercely contested. The stage was set for a classic. Every moment would count. The intensity, the drama, and the stakes had never been higher. Let's dive into the action of this pivotal Game 2. The story of the finals was about to be written, one unforgettable play at a time. The whistle blew, slicing through the electric anticipation that filled the arena. Every fan in the building seemed to hold their breath, waiting to see which team would seize the moment. From the very first possession, the Thunder exploded out of the gate, racing down the court with a sense of urgency that set the tone for the night. Their transition game was relentless, catching Indiana off guard and forcing the Pacers to scramble back on defense. Oklahoma City's players were locked in, their faces a picture of determination. In the huddle before tip-off, you could see the fire in their eyes. They were here to make a statement, and nothing was going to distract them from their mission. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was electric, weaving through defenders, hitting tough shots, and setting up his teammates with pinpoint passes. Every time he touched the ball, the defense tensed, knowing he could create something out of nothing. Oklahoma City quickly built an early lead, their energy and execution catching the Pacers completely off guard. The scoreboard reflected their dominance, and the Thunder bench erupted in celebration after every big play. The usually raucous Indiana crowd, known for their passion and noise, fell momentarily quiet, stunned by the Thunder's opening barrage. It was as if the air had been sucked out of the building. On the sideline, coach Rick Carlisle was animated, urging his team to settle down, regroup, and match Oklahoma City's intensity. He called a quick timeout, rallying his players and reminding them of their game plan. The Pacers responded, sparked by a huge three-pointer from Tyrese Haliburton. His shot ignited the crowd and gave Indiana the jolt of energy they desperately needed. Instantly, the crowd erupted, roaring back to life as Indiana's confidence surged. The momentum began to shift and you could feel the energy in the building change. Suddenly, the Pacers found their rhythm, pushing back against the Thunder's intensity with a scoring run of their own. They attacked the basket, moved the ball, and forced Oklahoma City to play on their heels. The first quarter became a back-and-forth battle, with both teams fighting for every loose ball and every rebound. Neither side was willing to give an inch, and the physicality ramped up with each possession. Both teams traded baskets, answering each other's runs with clutch shots and defensive stops. The lead changed hands several times, and the tension in the arena was palpable. The energy in the arena soared as the Pacers closed the gap, with fans on their feet, waving foam fingers and cheering every play. The noise was deafening, and the players fed off the crowd's passion. As the buzzer sounded to end the first quarter, the scoreboard showed just how close the game had become. Both teams walked to their benches knowing that every possession would matter from here on out. It was clear, this was going to be a fight to the finish. The intensity in the players' eyes said it all. Neither team was backing down. What a start to Game 2. The stage was set for an epic battle and everyone in the arena knew they were witnessing something special. The Pacers knew they had to respond to OKC's hot start. Coach Carlisle rallied his team, emphasizing composure and execution. Tyrese Haliburton took control, orchestrating the offense and finding open teammates. His leadership steadied the Pacers, while Miles Turner anchored the defense with blocks and rebounds. Turner's presence in the paint made life tough for the Thunder. The crowd fed off every big play, growing louder with each stop and score. Indiana went on a run, erasing OKC's early lead. Their shots started falling, and their defense tightened up. The momentum shifted as the Pacers showcased their resilience. The Thunder struggled to find easy looks. Indiana's energy was contagious, and the building shook with excitement. The Pacers had clawed their way back into the game. What a turnaround. The second quarter turned into a fierce battle, with both teams ramping up their energy and focus. Every possession felt like it could tip the balance, and the intensity on the court was palpable. The stakes were high, and neither side was willing to give an inch. Both teams played with relentless determination, trading baskets and defensive stops. The pace was electric, with each squad pushing the tempo and responding instantly to every challenge. It was a showcase of skill, grit, and heart. OKC attacked inside with Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, using their length and agility to challenge the Pacers' interior defense. But Miles Turner anchored Indiana's paint, swatting away shots and forcing tough looks. The battle in the lane was fierce, with bodies colliding and neither side backing down. Bench players stepped up. TJ McConnell brought hustle for Indiana, diving for loose balls and sparking fast breaks. Meanwhile, OKC's young reserves showed no fear, making smart plays and keeping the pressure on. The energy from the bench was contagious, lifting both teams. The lead changed hands multiple times, each team answering the other's runs with clutch shots and timely stops. Momentum swung back and forth, and every basket felt like a statement. The crowd was on edge, living every possession. Fans rose to their feet with every big play, their cheers echoing through the arena. The atmosphere was electric, and you could feel the tension in the air. Every loose ball, every rebound, every shot was contested. Players threw themselves on the floor, fought for position, and battled for every inch. The physicality and effort on display were a testament to how much this game meant. The intensity was off the charts. Finals basketball at its best. Faces were etched with focus, and emotions ran high after every whistle. Every player knew the importance of each moment. Neither team could pull away, keeping fans guessing with every whistle. Timeouts were filled with animated huddles, coaches drawing up plays and players catching their breath, ready to go right back into the fray. The supporting cast made crucial plays, proving their value on the big stage. Role players hit big shots, made key defensive stops, and brought energy that kept their teams in the fight. The quarter was a seesaw affair, with momentum swinging back and forth. Coaches paced the sidelines, making adjustments and urging their teams to dig deeper. Both teams refused to back down. Every player on the floor was locked in, fighting for every advantage, and refusing to let up for even a second. The first half ended with the game still up for grabs. As the teams headed to the locker room, the sense of anticipation only grew. Everyone knew the second half would be just as intense. This was shaping up to be a classic, a game that would be remembered for its heart, hustle, and the sheer will to win on both sides. Halftime arrived with the teams deadlocked. The energy in Gainbridge Fieldhouse was electric, anticipation building for the second half. Coaches made key adjustments, searching for any edge. The Pacers focused on energy and ball movement. The Thunder aimed to slow Haliburton and attack the rim. Both teams knew the next 24 minutes could define their finals fate. The crowd was ready to explode. The stage was set for a dramatic finish. The third quarter began with both teams ramping up the intensity. Every possession felt critical, every shot contested. Miles Turner dominated defensively, altering shots and grabbing boards. The Thunder answered with tough defense of their own, making Indiana work for every point. Momentum swung back and forth. OKC hit big threes. Indiana responded with Haliburton's playmaking. Neither team could build a comfortable lead. The Pacers edged ahead by a few points as the quarter closed. The crowd sensed a shift, but the Thunder weren't done yet. The final quarter promised even more drama. The fourth quarter arrived, crunch time. The atmosphere was electric, every fan on their feet. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hit clutch shots, willing OKC forward. Haliburton answered for Indiana, scoring and setting up teammates. Coach Carlisle made a bold lineup change, injecting speed and energy. The Pacers responded with Andrew Nembhard drilling a massive three. Indiana got a crucial stop, then calmly hit free throws as OKC tried to rally. The final seconds ticked away. The Pacers held their nerve. The buzzer sounded. Indiana had won a thrilling Game 2. What a finish. Let's spotlight the stars who delivered under pressure. Tyrese Haliburton was brilliant, scoring, assisting, and controlling the game for Indiana. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was relentless for OKC, keeping his team in it with big plays. Miles Turner's defense changed the game, protecting the rim and energizing the Pacers. TJ McConnell brought hustle off the bench, making key plays that sparked Indiana. OKC's reserves like Isaiah Joe and Cason Wallace hit timely shots to keep the Thunder close. Both teams relied on their supporting casts to weather the finals pressure. Haliburton and SGA's duel was a showcase of young NBA talent. Turner's presence in the paint was a difference maker. Every player left it all on the floor. The stars shone brightest when it mattered most. This was finals basketball at its finest. The Pacers now lead the series 2-0 after a thrilling Game 2 win. Their home crowd fueled them to victory, putting them halfway to a championship. The pressure shifts to the Thunder, who must regroup at home to keep their title hopes alive. OKC's resilience will be tested, but they're far from finished. Expect a fierce response in Game 3 as the series heads to Oklahoma City. The Pacers have shown they belong on the biggest stage. Can they keep their dream run alive, or will the Thunder fight back? This NBA Finals is just heating up. Don't miss what happens next.